By following this case and holding Blake Lively accountable, you're helping women. This isn't hurting women by exposing someone who possibly took advantage of a movement where women are wanted to be believed. It's helping real victims by going, you know what? You can't just get away with this without any of the evidence that backs it up.
What if the actress everyone admired, the one on magazine covers and Hollywood's red carpets, was suddenly at the center of a legal disaster so big it might tear down her entire empire?
Putting Justin Baldoni in the category of only right-wing, super conservative MAGA women believe Justin Baldoni. Maybe you shouldn't believe Justin Baldoni if you are a left-wing liberal. Maybe you should question that. That makes it it almost feels like a CIA PR technique.
That's exactly where Blake Lively finds herself right now. The headlines are screaming about massive lawsuits, jaw-dropping accusations, and a judge who's had enough of her alleged mind games. Get ready, because this isn't just another celebrity squabble. It's turning into one of the biggest Hollywood showdowns of the decade. Blake Lively once seemed untouchable. She had that flawless aura, the perfect hair, the enchanting smile, a storybook marriage, and a social media presence that felt oh so charming. Nobody ever questioned her, America's sweetheart persona, but that pristine reputation started cracking the moment a wave of rumors surfaced, hinting that something ugly was bubbling beneath the surface.
If you are someone that hates Donald Trump, you should probably believe Blake Lively.
You know, that's so funny. I was going to get to that.
Suddenly, she wasn't just the stylish actress with a great sense of humor. She was in court, tangled in a scandal that involved suspicious evidence, questionable PR tactics, and a judge calling her out on what some claim is a campaign of fabricated allegations. Fans who once defended her without question began wondering, was the Blake Lively they adored all this time simply too good to be true? Court cases involving high-profile celebrities are nothing new, but few unravel with the kind of firepower we're seeing here. A federal judge, Judge Louis Lyman, as some reports name him, appears to have slammed the brakes on Lively's attempt to control the narrative. Rumor has it, she tried playing the victim card with highly emotional claims, yet the judge's reaction was said to be ice cold. No star treatment, no gentle nods to her Hollywood status. The whispered reason, Lively's entire story seemed suspiciously convenient. She apparently claimed to be a victim of misconduct, only for the opposing side to produce contradictory evidence. And a lot of it. Some folks say she practically scripted her public statements to paint a dramatic picture of injustice. But once the judge saw through it, things started looking a lot less like a heartfelt confession and more like a contrived performance. If there's one lesson we've learned from Hollywood's biggest scandals, it's that public relations can make or break a star. In Blake Lively's case, the PR machine might be doing more harm than good. People are talking about a constant drip of leaked text to tabloids, carefully staged photos with her spouse, and a flurry of press briefings that paint her in the best possible light. Until, of course, the other side responded. Justin Baldoni's team, led by lawyer Brian Fredman, didn't just roll over. They fought back with countersuits, press releases of their own, and a demand for raw, unedited footage that might tell a very different story. Their version of events accuses Lively of orchestrating a full-blown smear campaign while quietly sweeping inconvenient facts under the rug. Rather than winning the public sympathy, Lively now faces mounting skepticism. If her story is so airtight, why try to muzzle the opposition? Behind the polished facade, Hollywood is all about power plays, secret favors, and strategic alliances. Blake Lively isn't just any actress. She's half of a power couple with serious pull. Rumor has it that she leveraged connections to cut deals behind the scenes, from studio executives to influential agents like Ari Emanuel. But that strategy may have backfired spectacularly. Once the scandal started snowballing, big-league Hollywood players realized they might be implicated in a tangled web of shady maneuvers. These are deals that typically never see the light of day. Now, legal documents threaten to lay them bare in front of the entire world. Already, other A-listers are quietly distancing themselves, not wanting to be anywhere near the backlash if Lively's case collapses in court. Hollywood is a tough town, and loyalty rarely survives bad press or massive lawsuits. Every major scandal has a smoking gun. In this case, it could be the supposed footage and messages that either do or don't exist, depending on which camp you believe. Lively's team insists there's proof validating her claims, but key clips or entire segments are nowhere to be found. Meanwhile, Baldoni's side keeps saying, "Release everything unedited. Show the world what actually happened." That challenge hangs in the air like a neon sign. If the evidence truly supports Lively's accusations, why hold it back? Some insiders think there's a real fear that the unedited material will paint a very different picture, a scenario that could morph a civil case into something with deeper legal consequences. Charges like perjury or evidence tampering can come with serious repercussions, and they don't just vanish when you're famous. What's got Hollywood biting its nails is the sheer size of Baldoni's lawsuit, reported to be in the hundreds of millions. Let that sink in. A single judgment of that magnitude could wreck entire fortunes. Even in the land of million-dollar mansions, Lively and her spouse have built a brand together, from gin companies to film projects. But that empire might be in serious jeopardy if they lose big in court. And it's not just about the money. If any fraud or fabricated evidence is confirmed, the fallout could involve criminal charges. It's one thing to pay damages for defamation. It's another to be accused of forging documents or lying under oath. While it's rare for celebrities to end up behind bars for these types of disputes, the possibility alone is enough to rattle Hollywood's power structure. If someone as beloved and bankable as Blake Lively can fall, who's safe? Social media is having a field day with this story. Fan pages that once gushed over Lively's every fashion choice are now flooded with speculation about whether she lied, exaggerated, or orchestrated a fake Me Too scenario. Even supporters who initially jumped to her defense are hesitating, unsure what to believe as more details emerge. In Hollywood, reputation is currency. Nobody wants to sign a star whose name has turned toxic. The rumor mill suggests certain studio executives are pressing pause on projects linked to her, dreading a public relations nightmare. Some folks in the industry say that if these allegations prove she fabricated crucial evidence, her once glittering career might hit a permanent snag. There's an unofficial list, call it a blacklist, of people who become too radioactive to work with. And while that fate used to be reserved for those caught in the most scandalous crimes, it might now include big names who tried to spin a courtroom story for sympathy. Where does this all end for Blake Lively? She's at a crossroads. Either the facts come out proving she was truly wronged, or the evidence piles up against her, sealing a catastrophic downfall. The judge's apparent frustration is already a bad omen, and her attempts to manage public perception have only fanned the flames. Each new leak, each new article, brings fresh questions about what really happened and about how far she was willing to go for control. In an industry built on reinvention, it's still possible she'll scramble back from the brink. Maybe there's a hidden angle or piece of evidence that nobody's seen yet, but the public is growing tired of the contradictory headlines, and her Hollywood backers are looking for the nearest exit. If she can't turn this narrative around soon, she could become a cautionary tale, a star who flew too close to the sun, only to have her entire image incinerated by one explosive legal battle. Until we see the final verdict, everyone's holding their breath. And let's face it, Hollywood loves a redemption arc almost as much as it loves a sensational downfall. The question is, which one will we witness here? Stay tuned, because if you think the saga is finished, just wait. The next twist might be the most stunning one yet.